Hey guys, OJ Albine here, bringing you guys our IBL Season 7 Week 1 battle against Nebris and his Penn State Nittany Linoones, something like that. Very cool dude. Please go and make sure to check him out. He actually let me use my transactions for Week 1 opposed to having to use the previous team, so big shout out to him for that because that wouldn't have went over well at all. You guys obviously don't know the prior team, but it wasn't the best, unfortunately. So I'm glad we get to use this one. Very cool dude. Please go check him out. But we're hoping to snag a win from this week. He has a very scary team, a team that matches up very well against mine, but I think we brought a potential team of 6 to potentially throw him off guard and nab us a win here. But yeah, that being said, I want to jump into a quick little team breakdown just so you see what we're bringing, why we're bringing it, all that good stuff, just so you have a little bit of background knowledge going into the match and all that good stuff. So yeah, if you have not seen the draft breakdown, please go check it out. But if you haven't, or you forgot our team or anything like that, our team consists of Ferrothorn, Gothitelle, Lucario, Gmax Snorlax, Claydol, Cramorant, Raichu, Aromatisse, Crawdaunt. I just mixed up Crawdaunt and Cramorant. Crawdaunt as well. Cofagrigus and Turtonator, while our opponent's team consists of Gigantamax, Grimmsnarl, Jirachi, Flygon, Roserade, Alolan Ninetales, Jolteon, Gyarados, Rhyperior, Passimian, Flareon, and Palpitoad. Very scary team. Terrifying. Gmax Grimmsnarl pretty much 6-taps my entire team with a bulk up and Gmaxing up. It's absolutely terrifying. But I think we have a potential team to hopefully take that thing on. That's the biggest issue in my eyes. Jirachi can also be scary. Gyarados if it gets up a DD. Flygon can actually be really annoying if it's a DD set, but we have a pretty makeshift check for that thing, but I think it's pretty decent. And yeah, with that being said, let's just jump into the first mon we have on our screen here, which is going to be our Lucario, rocking out with the Life Orb, Inner Focus ability to not be intimidated by that Gyarados, Flash Cannon, Vacuum Wave, Rock Slide, and Crunch. EVs wise, we're rocking out with 76 HP, 244 special attack, and 188 speed with a naive nature. Now, this thing is a really good wall breaker in this game. He has a lot of trouble switching into this, in all honesty. We have Flash Cannon for the Grimmsnarl. I wanted to go special just in case he is bulk up so we can do the most damage humanly possible. Crunch for the Jirachi. Flash Cannon, Vacuum Wave also hit the Flygon really well. Roserade doesn't appreciate switching into Flash Cannon whatsoever. Ninetales, obviously, hates taking a Flash Cannon. Jolteon sucks. Gyarados, that's what we have Rock Slide for, because Rock Slide actually hits Gyarados plus Flareon, which Flareon would actually pretty well check this set if he was a defensive Flareon, which is obviously pretty scary, and obviously not having to worry about being intimidated is super clutch for us. So I really like that aspect of this thing. It's a good wall breaker. It's a good revenge killer if we get something really low and we need to get off that priority Vacuum Wave. I think that's very important. I like the Vacuum Wave on this thing a lot, actually. But yeah, that's going to be our Lucario this week. It's mainly here to punch some holes and put him on the back foot if at all possible. Next up, we have our Aromatisse, rocking out the leftovers, Aroma Veil ability, Moonblast, Wish, Trick Room, and Protect. This thing's going to be rocking out with 244 HP, 244 defense, and 20 special attack with a relaxed nature. Now, this thing is going to be here to set up Trick Room. It's going to be here to sponge a hit from the Grimmsnarl, potentially set up Trick Room to get a Moonblast off, something like that. Obviously, really nice. It's here to also pass wishes to some of our other members. If we could pass a wish into Lucario, if we could pass a wish into, as you'll see later, Snorlax, or Crawdaunt or something like that. That would obviously be super clutch for us. But this thing's mainly here to sponge a hit from that Grimmsnarl and kind of slow it down on the track to really running us over. We can definitely guarantee to take a +1 hit from that thing. It's obviously super clutch for us. So I really like Aromatisse in this matchup. It's kind of a necessary evil despite him having a Jirachi, which is very scary. But we should honestly be fine with Trick Room plus Wish into our Crawdaunt, which you'll see in a little bit. We actually take on Jirachi pretty decently, in all honesty. Next up, we have our Raichu. We're rocking out with a Choice Scarf Raichu. Static instead of... that's really unfortunate. Wow, we messed up. That's supposed to be Lightning Rod, but not the biggest deal in the world. Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Play Rough, and Surf. EVs-wise, we are rocking out with 52 attack, 236 special attack, and 220 speed with a modest nature. This gives us speed control. It gives us something faster than a +1 Gyarados, which I thought was very important because Gyarados can be a big problem for us if we don't play around it correctly. This thing should be Lightning Rod, but unfortunately I don't think I have the time to switch that over. Hopefully the Jolteon doesn't come. I don't think it will. It doesn't make much sense versus me in the matchup. It might, but it doesn't make the most sense versus me. So That would definitely be unfortunate. I don't really see myself being able to volt switch around his team super freely, just because of the fact that he has double ground plus the potential. No, is that triple ground? That is triple. I'm bringing Scarf Raichu versus triple ground. That's how great this team is. But he has like 4 electric immunities. But nonetheless, I thought having something faster than a +1 Gyarados was extremely important, just in case I can't rely on getting up Trick Room, because both my Trick Room setters actually don't take on a boosted Gyarados very well this week. So we're gonna have to be very careful about that. But I think this thing's a good revenge killer at the very least. We can actually outspeed a a rock polish up right here as well. Hit that thing with Surf, just in case that gets out of hand as well. But pretty solid amount. Player is obviously for the Flygon as well. So really like our Raichu in this matchup. I think it's really solid. And yeah, despite having a lot of pivots into it and stuff like that. Next up, we have our G-Max Snorlax rocking out with the Assault Vest immunity ability, Body Slam, Darkest Lariat, Seed Bomb, and Thunder Punch. EVs wise, we were rocking out with 44 HP, 132 attack, 252 defense, and 76 SPDEF with a Brave Nature. This thing is a great pivot this game. It is a great wall breaker this game. Our opponent does not switch into Snorlax's coverage in this matchup. I didn't really see the opportunity to have a bunch of setup on this thing like a curse set or anything like that, just because of the mons he has on his team. But being that he does have stuff like Grimmsnarl and Rashi and Rhyperior, I didn't really see just the 2 attacks recycle Curse Lax really doing that well. But this thing has great coverage this matchup. Thunder Punch obviously for that Gyarados. I don't want to be set up fodder for that thing potentially. Darkest Lariat is for Jirachi, and it also helps with like a Cosmic Power Jirachi in case that comes for some reason. Stuff like that. Seed Bomb is obviously for the Rhyperior. And Body Slam hits everything very hard. So this thing's actually a real nuisance for my opponent to switch into. I think it's a really good, what do you call it? I think it's a really good kind of just hole puncher in this matchup. And nice little bulky sponge as well. Once we G-Max up, not many things are taking this on super well. So that's obviously super clutch for us. I really like Lax in this matchup, especially under Trick Room. It's actually very hard for my opponent to pivot around this thing under Trick Room. Extremely hard, actually. Next up, we have our Eugene rocking out with the Mystic Water adaptability as the ability, Swords Dance knockoff, Liquidation, and Aqua Jet. EVs wise, we are rocking out with 244 HP, 188 special attack, physical attack, 76 defense with a Brave Nature. Now this thing here is pretty much our win con. I really want to kind of facilitate an end game in which I can set up Crawdon to sweep through everything with a +2 Aqua Jet. Under Trick Room, this thing is an absolute monster too. Our opponent sacks to this thing. Just 100% sacks. Bulky Gyarados doesn't appreciate a +1 knockoff if it comes in and intimidates us. I'll tell you that right now. It does not appreciate taking that hit. It guaranteed dies to that plus Aqua Jet, which is pretty nuts in all honesty. But our dual stabs are legit unresisted on this team. So I wanted to take advantage of this thing. I think it's really solid, especially being my opponent's grass type is actually super frail, basically. And if we can catch that thing on a Trick Room, obviously we can knock it off. We can potentially knock it out in a range of +2 Aqua Jet, which is really good. I originally had Life Orb on this, but I didn't want to shut myself down because I see myself needing to take a hit in order to set up, and then that could definitely cut our sweep short. So we're just going to need to get a little bit more chip on things, and we should be fine with our Crawdon. And then lastly, we have Big Claydol here, rocking out with the leftovers, Levitate ability, Ice Beam, Psychic, Teleport, and Trick Room. EVs wise, we are rocking out with max HP, 28 defense, 124 special attack, and 108 SPDEF with a Quiet Nature. Now this thing is here to set up Trick Room, it is here to teleport out into Crawdon or Snorlax, and it's here to wreak havoc. This thing's really solid in this game, setting up Trick Room and then teleporting out as the Rachi comes in to giving me a free switch into Crawdon, which means I can just click knock off twice and knock something out, which is obviously super clutch for us. It's also a check to Flygon, especially Choice Flygon. If Choice Flygon wants to lock into Earthquake, it really can't versus this team anymore, which it could before. So I thought that was very important. Psychic plus Ice Beam hits everything I really needed to. This thing isn't beating Jirachi 1v1 anyway, so I wasn't too worried about having Earth Power on there. I would much rather just teleport out. Same thing with the Grimmsnarl. We're not really beating that thing 1v1, so I'm just going to use this as an opportunity to Trick Room up and then teleport out on it to get into one of my threats that can potentially take it on, in all honesty. So really like Claydol in this matchup. I think he's actually incredibly solid in kind of just doing what it needs to do and setting up Trick Room and getting the heck out of there. But yeah, that's going to be the team. I will be right back with the match. Alright guys, here we are with the battle. We've had some connection issues. We actually got into the game and picked our leads. We're going to pick the same lead, obviously, versus him, but I'll show you the 6 that he ended up bringing. I picked Claydol just because I feel like it gives me the best position overall, despite, whatever he leads. I'll be able to take it on sufficiently, honestly. As you see, he brings the G-Max Grimmsnarl, the Rachi, the Flygon, the Jolteon, the Gyarados, and the Passimian. I'm going to lead my Claydol. He actually ends up leading the Passimian in our previous attempt at good old land timer. So hopefully it doesn't lag this time. Last time it was ridiculous. We had to restart because it legit wasn't letting us pick our moves and stuff like that. So we'll see. Oh, dude, that is so much faster. Woo. Let's see what we can do. So he is going to lead with this Passimian. That's honestly completely fine with me. What I think I'm going to do... Oh, we get to click. Okay. So now I need to decide what I want to do, because I actually didn't decide. I don't know if I want to set up Trick Room or if I want to teleport out. I think I'm going to Trick Room. Yeah, I think I'm going to Trick Room. We should be in a pretty decent spot. So he's going to go for a knockoff. I don't know if we live the second one, so he's going to stay in and actually let us do that, which is pretty nuts, but not the biggest deal in the world. So we're going to set Trick Room, which is obviously super dope. And what I'm going to do is click Teleport right here. He might hard switch out, trying to save health from this, go into his Jirachi, obviously expecting the Psychic. He could also go Grimmsnarl, which would obviously be pretty scary, but not the biggest deal in the world, in all honesty. I think we should be in a decent position right here. Decent enough, at least. And we at least have sack fodder for later in the game. So, might be okay. Might be okay. I'm going to click Teleport, though. And we'll see what our opponent wants to do. Hopefully he's not lagging. But yeah. So he's going to go for U-turn. He's not... He's actually not... Wait. He said, oh, yeah. He was okay with taking damage. Maybe he's AV or something like that. He might be confused on what we clicked, something like that, because we did click Teleport. Regardless, we're getting the max amount of Trick Rooms we can with another one of our potential big threats, which is obviously super dope for us. And we'll be able to see what we want to go for. If he goes into Grimmsnarl, I'm obviously going to go Aromatisse. If he goes into... what is this? So he goes Gyara. I think I'm going to go Snorlax. So we're going to Snorlax. And I think I'm going to click Thunder Punch. Do I want to Dynamax up right here? I don't think I want to Dynamax up here yet. Let me check something. Snorlax into Gyarados. It's not loading for me. We still have a little bit of time. Come on. So if he's no bulk, we like guaranteed knock him out here. I think I'm going to click Thunder Punch. This is a big threat to my team. So we're going to go for the Thunder Punch. Oh, down goes the Gyarados. Awesome. Big Lax putting in some work. Let's go. Down goes the Gyarados, though. Obviously super dope for us. He obviously didn't want to let us Dynamax up. And, you know, be able to let out some big havoc on the switch. So it definitely makes sense on his end. What I want to see next is the Passimian. If we Dynamax up, how much do we do to that thing? Large plus 48. We go for a max strike, and he does not 2-hit KO us, so I think I might take that trade. In all honesty, I really do think I might take that trade. If he goes into Grimmsnarl, how much do we do to Grimmsnarl? So he's gonna go Grimmsnarl. Okay. Let's see if he's max HP Grim. At level 50, max strike, if he's max HP into +1 max strike, should knock him out. So I think I'm going to Dynamax up. That's if he tries to bulk up in our face. And even if he does not bulk up, that obviously puts us in a really good position. So we're going to Dynamax. I don't know how that works in the sense of all that good stuff, but him Dynamaxing immediately, we actually win that 1v1. I'm pretty sure. So we still do. We're out damaging him if he's not max fighting. I'm pretty sure, at least. So he's gonna Dynamax himself. We're wasting his Dynamax, which is like amazing. That's really, really good for us in all honesty. Like that's super good for us. Wow. So we'll see. So he's gonna pull up with the G-Max on us. We got G-Max v G-Max right here. And we're gonna be able to throw off a move first, which is obviously super clutch. We did nothing to that thing. That is so bulky. He's gonna throw off a Max Knuckle. That did nothing to us, though. How long till Trick Room ends is the real question. He does not have a lot of attack investment. He's incredibly bulky. That actually looks like a 3-hit KO. It's just pretty nuts. We'll see what we can do here, though. We'll see what we can do. So he's going to go for a max guard. Honestly, that's fine. He's trying to waste a turn of our thing. Which dimensions return to normal? The question is, do we need to... Can we pivot out on something? We are really setting up our endgame with our thing well. I think I'm just going to G-Max Replenish. I know he doesn't knock us out with another thing, so we should be in an okay position. He's going to go for another Max Knuckle. Does not do enough damage to us. He's going to get a +1 attack, which is obviously fine, but Snorlax is breaking through my opponent and really taking on his biggest threat very, very well at this point. That did enough. That did enough, baby. And what we can do immediately after this is just go hard Lucario and put on some hurt. Do we not need anything? Part of me really wants to go Raichu. Part of me really wants to go Raichu. Just because of the fact that it doesn't really do anything in this match. And if I get up Trick Room again for Lax, it's still looking like a big threat, and I could potentially wish into it. If he's +2 into our Raichu, and he's not Dynamaxed. At level 50. I mean, he can kill us, but we're gonna pivot. I want to save this thing. I think Drain Punch is gonna come out here. So he is gonna go for a Drain Punch, so that just clean knocks us out, which is really scary. But what we can do, I think, is we can go hard. We can go hard Lucario. Put on some hurt. Now that Trick Room's over, I'm not super worried about anything. Taking this thing on, obviously. And I know whatever he goes into isn't going to appreciate this plus a Crunch, which is obviously super clutch for us. Part of me almost wants to go for a Crunch on the Rachi switch. I'm going to go for a Flash Cannon. He stayed in earlier. He might stay in again. He might not want to let this thing set up, because this thing could be a real problem for him if it sets up. With what he has left in the team that he brought, he definitely doesn't appreciate Lucario. That's for sure. That is for sure. So, I don't think I really need... the reason I was okay with sacking my thing is because I really don't think I'll need it. In all honesty. Like, I really don't think we'll need it. And if I can find an opportunity to set up an SD, and get a little bit more chip off on some things, we're looking great with Crawdon. We are looking phenomenal with Crawdon. So he's going to stay in. He's going to be... Fuck. He's going to be Berry. Let's see how much this does. Oh, just missed out on the KO. That is so unfortunate. Damn. So he's going to get up a Drain Punch, and it's going to knock us out. That was an awful turn of events for us. That was awful. Ugh. That's really bad. Actually, we might lose. We're going to go into our Crawdon. We're gonna try and Aqua Jet it. If not, I think we just raw lose the game. I should have just attacked this thing. I should have just attacked this thing with my Alax. That was a big choke on my end. Damn. I don't think we can knock this. I don't think this thing can knock it out either. He's really bulky. Damn, dude. This is looking really tough for us. Like, incredibly tough. Unless he switches out. You can see there's hard switches. But I don't think he has a reason to. We're gonna have to hope we knock him out. Come on, Crawdon. Fuck. God damn it, dude. We played awful. That's on us. We played awful. I'm really disappointed in myself. I played this game terribly. I played this game awful. We were in such a good position. We were playing great, and I played this game terribly. I'm really sorry for the tilt, guys. I played this game awful. Not much we can do at this point. There really isn't much we can do. I'm going to set up a trick room, and we're going to hope for the best. There really isn't much I can do, though. That's completely on me. I played this game awful, man. Really did. Really did. That was terrible. That was terrible, Owen. Goodness, man. Goodness. That was really bad. We'll see what we can do. Definitely didn't play this in my abilities. His fire punch is his best way of hitting me. I'll see what we can do, man. I should have just done this. I played this game awful, man. I haven't played this bad in a long time. In a long time. You can just go Rachi. Like, you can just go Rachi. Which is the worst part. Like, he doesn't lose anything in going Rachi. So we're gonna knock out the Grim. This is what we should have done a minute ago. But hey. And he's gonna go Rachi here. I'm gonna throw up a Wish and try and pass it into my Lax. That's our best bet right here. Maybe Lax can just 1v 80 million everything. Oh, good lord, man. We played this game very bad. So he's gonna go into Rachi. Oh, look, it's my custom Rachi sprite. That's cool, at least. I can't really go hard into Lax. We're gonna try and get a Wish in the air. Maybe he's special. If he's special, it's like best case scenario. Kinda, maybe. Who knows? Not really if he's calm minding up, man. We have to hope we chew this next hit, too. Like, that's the only really bad part. We're gonna go Lax. Having my Crawdon for this would be great, but, you know. It happens, I guess. It happens. This is my only play. If he clicks Aura Sphere, then GG, good game. That was a good play on his end. He's gonna get another Calm Mind up. We're gonna get back a little bit of health, not that much, just because our HP is so much higher than Aromatisse. A decent amount, I guess. Our thing isn't over yet, so like if he's not Psy Shock or Aura Sphere, then we can potentially beat this thing 1v1. Gotta hope for the best. He has Jolteon, Flygon, Passimian left, so actually our Aromatisse can potentially do it. We'll see. We'll see. We're gonna throw for Darkest Lariat. It's gonna do nothing. He's like max Fizz Def. Weakness policy. Why? Why in this matchup? That makes no sense. Stored power. Do you not have... Did you not have coverage for my Crawdon? Crit. God damn it, dude. We play this game like ass, dude. God damn it. Well, that's going to be game. GG's to my opponent. Not his fault. I played awful. I played legitimately awful around that Grimmsnarl. And there's not much I can do about it. Other than, not much else I can say about it. Wow. That was pathetic. So, GG's to my opponent. He definitely played well. I played like dog shit. Please go check him out. See his start of the battle. I'm sure it's much more enlightened than mine because my thought process was whack. My thought process was incredibly whack. I had no reason to play around the Grimmsnarl and get so greedy. No reason. But definitely go check out my opponent. I apologize for the salt. I apologize for the this shit play, the really mediocre play. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we can bounce back against D-Ray. Later.